Good morning, everyone. Wow, it's great to be here today. Particularly on a senior speech day, kind of reminded me of my time having to step up here and the nerves that probably were there for both of you giving that speech. Some of you I've met before when I came down a few months ago to talk with you about the University of Mary Washington, where I am the Assistant Dean of Admissions. And yes, I know, talking with Ms. Atkins this morning, at least some of you have gotten your letter. The letters all hit the mail last week, so I know all of you are starting to breathe a sigh of relief as these college letters are starting to come out to take some of that additional pressure off of you so that you can actually enjoy the remainder of your senior year here. I want to take a few minutes just to talk about my experience and my time here at Christchurch being a student. Standing before you today, I can say Christchurch was a very important part of being able to be a successful person I think that I've become in my life. Being a student here at Christchurch, I came here from a very small town, Virginia, leaving my family for the very first time at 15 years old, coming here as a junior to Christchurch, not at all knowing what to expect when I got here. Came in early for football camp. That was pre-Coach Homer days that Mr. Todd was the head football coach at that time. Coming in and immediately feeling right at home here. Christchurch gave me some friends that to this day, are still very close friends, and we all still get together. I've gone to several weddings, and I'm telling you now that some of the friends that you have made while you're here at Christchurch are going to be some of your lifelong friends, that you're going to be several weddings, become godparents of their children, and just have a great time and enjoying the time that you will have with those friends here, that you make here while you're at Christchurch. But also here at Christchurch, the faculty and staff were very important to me as well. They became my parents away from home. Ms. Atkins was my advisor while I was here. Folks like Mr. Prisco, Mr. Byers, Mr. Gallier, Coach Homer were all very important people who I got to know very well and became my parents away from home. Whenever I had tough days coming forward, those were some of the folks I went to get the advice that I needed to make it through those days. Mr. Phipps, who was the headmaster when I was a student here, also was a very important person in my life while I was here at Christchurch, because he instilled in me the values of being a good gentleman. When I was a student here, everyone knew going to home games that you were very respectful to the other opponents, even though, yes, you cheered your team on, but you knew that there was a certain limit to where you could take it. To when I went to college, when I heard people getting extra rowdy with the opponent teams there, I felt uncomfortable doing that because of my time here at Christchurch. I learned that even, yes, you were competing against those folks, but you're still respectable in the way that you support your team and the folks that you're playing with. Christchurch, the classes I took here were all helpful, but yes, I'm sure many of you, there are some classes that are not some of your favorites. Ms. Atkins can probably tell you from the experience with me, math was not a favorite subject of mine when I was here, that struggled time and time again within that particular class. But you know what? Going down to LSP and working with the folks there, Ms. Henninger, allowed me the opportunities to learn and become a much better student in those areas that when I went off to college, I did much better in those classes than I ever thought I would. When I went to college, I went to school at Shenandoah University and got my bachelor's in mass communications from Shenandoah. The experiences I learned here at Christchurch were very helpful in that. It allowed me the confidence to be a strong leader. One of my first times running for office was here at Christchurch, running for the senior class president. Didn't win that election, but you know what? It taught me what I needed to go out and do and become more successful at that. While at Shenandoah, I was elected and became a senator for the School of Arts and Sciences. But then my senior year, I was also elected to be the first African American president of the student body while I was at Shenandoah. The experiences here at Christchurch were very helpful in that. Also helped create and cultivate the interests I already had in politics. I had, while here, a government teacher who was here at the time, working with him and another friend of mine, we co-founded a college Democrats club here on campus. And I continued my involvement in the political realm from that point on till the day I served been appointed to serve as a member of the Correctional Education Board, which that particular state board oversees all of the correctional educational systems within the Commonwealth of Virginia, within the prison system. I was recently elected to be vice chairman of that board in the last year. But also this year, this actually year, going on a year now, I ran for office, and I was elected as a city councilman in the city of Falls Church, Virginia, which has been a very important feat for me because everyone here knows me. I have always aspired to run and get elected to office, and this was the opportunity for me to actually go out and seek and win that particular seat. That was a tough campaign. I won by 39 votes. So that tells you that every vote counts. So when you go out, if any of you have aspirations of running for office, make sure that you get out there and talk to everyone, because you never know what that one vote might count for you. People can win by one vote. So those are some things that have been very important to me. And I can tell you right now, Christchurch, whether you believe it or not right now, is going to be an experience that's going to always be an important part of you. When I graduated back in 1993, I had several friends who said, "Oh, when I get out of here, I will never set foot back on this campus again." I'm sure some of you might in your head be thinking that same kind of thought. But I can tell you, every one of those friends who made that statement have all been back to campus at one shape, form, or another for an event here on campus, coming for, be it Alumni Weekend or other events, athletic events coming to campus. Because Christchurch, when you leave here, you realize how important a part of your life that it has become. I can tell you that because I am, as Mr. Gallo said, I'm down here pretty regularly. I've been active on the alumni board. I work with the Hall of Fame committee here for the athletes who are inducted into that. And also I make a point to make sure when I've gotten into higher education that Christchurch was the school that I come to do the recruiting. Because I always know the students here at Christchurch are going to be very well prepared. Ms. Atkins is only going to bring the cream of the crop to me to talk to. So I'm big at University of Mary Washington, where I am now, or working at my alma mater, Shenandoah University. I've always had great students and have seen great students who have come to both of those institutions that I worked at. So I tell you today, take advantage of what you have here at Christchurch, because it will be, I promise you, one of the most special experiences that you have. The friends that you may have made here will be some of your lifelong friends, that you will be involved with them and they will be friends throughout your life. Faculty members here will be some of the most special people that you know, that you look forward to when you come back to visit Christchurch, see some of the different faces that you have seen here over the years. But most of all, for the seniors, like I said, letters are in the mail. You're going to get some good news from all the colleges that you've applied to. So now it's time to not necessarily downshift too quickly, but definitely begin to enjoy your senior year, because it's going to definitely be one of the best times that you have. Because as you leave high school and go on to college, you begin to see the shifting into the real world, because you will be a lot more independent and have more things that are going to be your responsibility and not necessarily your parents. Be good or bad, because there are definitely times that I kind of wish I still could pick up the phone and call my parents to ask for something, but I know it's my own responsibility now, and that road starts when you leave here and go to college. With that, again, seniors, have a great rest of your senior year. Congratulations on getting those senior speeches taken care of, because I know the stress that can lead to of doing that. And those of you who are coming up next with your senior speeches, believe me, getting up here is not as bad and intimidating as you might think it is. Thank you very much.